Okay. So solving a matrix equation, there's a couple ways you can do this. So this is the equation. This is called the coefficient matrix. This is called the variable matrix, and this is called the, I don't know, solution matrix maybe. I don't know, but if you multiply this times this, you would get this. That's this first equation. Remember matrix multiplication? If you multiply this times this, you would get this. That's that equation. Multiply this times this, you get this. That's that equation. So you're basically turning this into a matrix equation. And then the way you solve it, if you call this A and you call that X and you call that B, you would solve for X by dividing or multiplying by the inverse. You multiply the B matrix by the inverse of the A matrix, but you have to put it on the left side. It wouldn't work on the right. That's how you put in your calculator. So if you remember, we did this before. You take your calculator and you put into your matrix, you call matrix 1, whoops, look at that. You go matrix, you edit matrix 1, and it's a 3x3 matrix. And whoops, you put in the numbers 2, -1, 0, -7, 5, 1, -2, 0, -1. So there's my coefficient matrix, right? Got it. And then put in your solution matrix. So edit number 2. And number 2 is going to be a 3x1 matrix. So it's -1, -2, 2. Okay. And then quit that and go back out and take your matrices. Take your A matrix and then take the inverse of it and multiply it by your B matrix. And when you hit enter, it's going to multiply those matrices together and it's going to give you your answer, which is going to be X equals -5, -9, 8, which is your X1, X2, and X3. Okay, that would be the way to solve a system of equations using matrix algebra, basically.
But I'm sorry, but how did you get how'd you get that? How'd you get -5, -9, and 8?
So I got it by creating this matrix,
Yeah.
calling it A, creating this matrix, calling it B, and then using this formula. I took the inverse of the A matrix and multiplied it by the B matrix. And that gave me this. Now I could do that by hand manually, but it would literally take you like 3 slides and it would take us 25 minutes to do that. You can manually find the inverse matrix, or you can just let your calculator do it for you.
So -1.
That's what I did. Now you could have also done it with a augmented matrix if you wanted to. Remember augmented matrices? So
Wait, I think I messed it up.
Let me show you another.
-26, 47, and 44.
Well, maybe I messed it up. Let's find out. Here's how we're going to find out. We're going to find out by doing it a different way. You might have punched it in wrong, or maybe I did. But we're going to do a 3x4 matrix instead. And we're going to put the same 3 numbers in, 2, -1, 0, but then we're going to put -1 in. In other words, we're going to make this like we're going to do the reduced row echelon form. -2, 0, -1, 2. Do you remember I showed you another way we could do this?
Yeah.
Remember I said we could also do this by going to math and reduced row echelon form?
Yeah.
And then pick matrix A, and it will turn that into reduced row echelon form. -5, -9, and 8. So it's that same answer. Those are the 2 different ways you can do that same problem.
So negative
Follow?
9, 8. So what I do is second matrix and then inverse of 1. And then I get that new matrix 5, 1, 1, 9, 2, 2, -10, -2, -3.
Well, you don't want to actually, I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds to me like you're solving for A inverse. You don't actually have to find out what A inverse is. You can just literally punch in the equation A inverse times B, and then hit enter, and it's going to give you your 3x1 matrix, which is your answer. You don't have to hit enter after you plug in A inverse, because you don't need to actually know. They're not asking what the inverse matrix is. They're asking what the answer is.
I wonder what I'm doing wrong.
Do you figure it out?
So when you typed in your matrices into the calculator, you did 2, -1, 0, -2, blah, blah. Yeah. So that's the first matrix. And then
so if I want to do 3x3, there's my 3x3 matrix. I don't actually have to, like what you probably did is you probably found that inverse matrix. Now, if they ask you for the inverse matrix, you could do that. There's your inverse matrix, but I don't care what that is. I don't need that answer. I just need to multiply that by the B matrix. And that will give me my answer. So when you don't actually have to, you don't have to look at what your inverse matrix is. You just have to punch that equation in, and it gives you your answer.
I got that, and that's literally all the answer is. Yeah.
Now, if they asked you, now maybe on the test or something, maybe they would say, what is A inverse? If they ask you that, then you would have to write that out. Then you'd have to write that 3x3 matrix out, right? Whatever that was. But they didn't ask for that. They just asked, what are the answers when K equals those, when you have these three things.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Good.
Yeah, I should be good.
All right.
Hopefully.
So now you got 2 videos for that. It turned out to be a couple hours that we worked together, but that's okay. It's all good.
No, I'll have my mom because thank you. I appreciate it a
All right,
lot.
no problem.